Hi, this video is going to be a tutorial on how to use ClinicalTrials.gov in order to search for clinical trials. First, navigate to the website ClinicalTrials.gov in your browser. You should see a search box like this. Under condition/disease, you can type in the condition that you are looking for clinical trials for. As you type, you can see that it will give you suggestions on keywords you can use, and I'm going to go ahead and select T-cell lymphoma. You can also, in other terms, include more specific terms if you are looking to narrow the search for your clinical trial. And if you have a clinical trial ID number, you can also add that here to find a specific clinical trial. In intervention/treatment, you can add in a drug or treatment that you're looking for in a specific clinical trial. And if you don't have any keywords for these two search boxes, that's totally okay to leave them blank. Just make sure you specify which condition/disease you're looking for. In location, it's best to start out with a broad location like a country or major city. I'm going to type in Boston, Massachusetts. And under study status, you're going to want to choose recruiting and not yet recruiting studies. If you select all studies, this will also show studies that have finished or are terminated, which you won't be able to join. Recruiting studies are studies you're able to join immediately, and not yet recruiting studies are studies that will begin recruiting shortly. You can also see there's a more filter section here. If you click on it, you can see more criteria you can add to further narrow your search. But if this is your first time searching for clinical trials, it's better to start with a broad search and just have a couple of key terms in this box up here. So let's go ahead and click search. As you can see, based on my criteria of T-cell lymphoma in Boston, Massachusetts, and not yet recruiting and recruiting studies, ClinicalTrials.gov gave us 39 studies that match those criteria. On this left-hand side, you can see that search box is here again, and you can also see the more filters as well. So if you're searching and you want to add more to narrow your search, you can also do it from this part here. Let's go ahead and click on a study to learn more about the information there. So here we can see that the study is recruiting. You can see the study title here. You can also see the ClinicalTrials.gov ID here. So if you want to save this study in the future, you can record this number. And then when you're searching ClinicalTrials.gov, again, you can add this number into the search box. You can also see other information like the sponsor, the last update posted, etc. So the main page here we see is the study overview, which gives you a summary of the study and also the conditions that it's aiming to treat, the drug or intervention that it has, and also the study start dates as well as the study completion dates. The primary and the study completion date only differ because some studies have more than one objective. So this is the completion of the primary objective, and this is the completion for all of the objectives of the study. And in this case, it's the same date. You can also see how many people will be enrolled. The type of study, interventional, means that a drug or treatment is being given to participants, which is going to be the case for most T-cell lymphoma trials. And then you can also see what phase of the study it is. This is a phase 1 trial, which means they're testing the safety and efficacy of these drugs here. In phase 2 trials, they're going to test more about how well the treatment is working and also adjust the dose a little bit more, as well as continuing to monitor safety. And then phase 3 is basically like phase 2, except you have many more participants. For T-cell lymphoma, because it's a more rare cancer type, usually you will have only phase 1 or phase 2 trials, and drugs are often approved from phase 2. So keep that in mind when you're looking for trials. If you scroll down here, you can see the contacts and locations, and you can also see the primary study contact. This is the person that you're going to email or call if you would like to enroll in the study or if you have any questions about the study. And you can see sometimes they list several contacts, so here's a different contact if this contact is not able to respond to you quickly enough. You can also see the different locations that this particular clinical trial takes place. So for example, you can see the Boston location that we typed in earlier. And sometimes you can also see that there are contacts for specific locations. So you can also call that contact or email that contact if you want information about that specific location. Down here, you can see the participation criteria and the eligibility criteria. You're going to have inclusion criteria, which is all of the criteria that you need to meet in order to be able to be eligible for this study. And you can also see exclusion criteria. So if you meet any criteria in this part, you will not be eligible to enroll in the trial. And again, if you have questions, you should email or call the study contact, and they can help determine if you're eligible or not to enroll in the trial. Here you can see the study design. So for instance, we can see that it's a treatment, and then you can also see the way the researchers are designing the dosing in this case for the study and the drugs involved. Here you can also see the study objectives. So here you can see that they're testing safety assessments, which makes sense because this is a phase 1 trial. And you can see the outcomes that they're trying to measure here. Here you can see the collaborators and investigators. And you can also see more updates like study registration dates, study record updates, if that's relevant information to you. And down here you can see keywords related to the study. So if you wanted to find studies that were similar to this one, you can try typing in some of these keywords to see if that helps find a clinical trial that is the right fit for you. And then this you can see is what they plan to do with participant data. And here sometimes they include more information or helpful links that might help you as you're applying for clinical trials. On this side too, you can see a quick find. So if I wanted to quickly jump to participant criteria, you can use this on the side here to find that. Finding a clinical trial is not an easy feat. It takes a lot of time and effort to find one that is the right fit for you. But here at the patient portal and Pedal Consortium, we're here to help you with those resources. You can also talk to your physician or care team to help navigate this website and process of enrolling for clinical trials. Thanks and have a great day.